Good morning, friends. We are going to speak about the unit number 2 of your syllabus of Indian ethos and business ethics. We are going to talk about Indian model of management. Indian model of management. Management has been one of those things that have been happening all through the generations. But the concept of management, as far as Indianness is concerned, that we are more democratic in nature, and that is the reason why we will have different ways of managing things. Once upon a time, prior to independence, of course, India was a country split into different states and different samsthans, and they were managed by those kings and queens and samsthaniks, and this is how the things used to take place. There used to be gharanas, there used to be vatandas, there used to be zamindars, and those were the people who were dictating the terms as to how the society should behave. And they had a political system in place, and that political system was supposed to take care of the you can say the samsthan or the state or the part of the country the person was ruling. And like I said, so there were sultans, there were nawabs, there were samsthaniks, and there were kings and queens also. But then after independence, the things have drastically changed. Those samsthaniks used to get tankha from British government, and now they no more have remained the governors of that particular state or governors of that particular samsthan, and the things have changed. But then still there has been a glimpse of you can say zamindari, watandari. There has to be glimpse of some kind of samantashahi, and that still exists in India. And that is the reason why the Indian heritage has the tendency of having the kind of patronage of some kind of sultan, some kind of nawab, some kind of badshah, some kind of kings and queens, and even because of their patronage, the management used to be little bit of some kind of autocratic ways. The things used to happen. But then Indian social political system have undergone sea change ever since the independence, and we have the democracy as our political system, and that is the reason why people now are uh, now much more free than they were under the clutches of those kings and queens. Now that is the reason why business settings also had some similar kind of ethos, similar kind of way of thinking. There had been kings and queens in, like I said, the states, but now even the businesses also used to have some kind of autocratic kind of models, and people used to worry about what a person performs. Performance has been the key, and performance has been the dictating element, and that dictating element make the country a different kind of linkage in terms of performance and in terms of task and job assignments and things like that. The things have changed over the years. Production and consumption have been the major activities for which businesses are being carried out, and those businesses are being managed through the people who have been, you can say, division of work as far as society is concerned. Those who used to belong to Vaishya category used to look at the kind of businesses. Kshatriyas used to look after the defense of that particular state, particular samsthan. And of course, there used to be people who used to work as Barabalutidar, and Barabalutidar used to be also the important contributors to the production and consumption activity of the society. And these things are happening ever since, of course, the Mahabharata and Ramayana period. And of course, there were glimpses of some kind of leadership pointers that were received through Kautilya Arthashastra. You know, Kautilya is none but the Arya Chanakya, who brought the kingdom of Samrat Harshavardhan, and he was the one who actually provided the base and the theory on which a king should run the country or run the state. He provided many guidelines which were economic guidelines, and he incorporated those economic guidelines into Kautilya's Arthashastra. Then there are models like Rishi model, Veda model. All those are leadership related models. Leadership provided by those who are the people who provide the kind of some kind of ancestral and some kind of heritage kind of leadership qualities, and those leadership qualities are evident into the houses that are running businesses in India. Corporate Rishi kind of model also talks about the kind of legacy that has been created, like Ambani's legacies that have been created by Tata's, Birla's. Even we have K theory, V theory, which talk about the East and West and the comparison of East and Western kind of management. There used to be hire and fire kind of treatment given to the workmen prior to independence. After independence, of course, their importance is recognized, their contributions are being recognized. This Arthashastra, Kautilya Arthashastra, has provided those guidelines even for a political system, and Veda model talks about the kind of leadership that is dictated, that has been demonstrating the real vision of the leader, the vision, and of course the kind of efforts that are put in, and the kind of definite task which a definite goal an organization has to achieve. So this VEDA is the model that has been followed, that called Veda model. Then we had, like I said, I used the words related to corporate Rishi model, where people like Narayan Murthy, people like Azim Premji have been who run the Wipro group. Then we know the group that has been established by none other than Narayan Murthy. Narayan Murthy also provided some kind of a, you can say, model for business to be run. Software companies started following Narayan Murthy's model. Wipro also is one of those companies which have been formed by people like Azim Premji. He has been the pioneer into the various kinds of HR initiatives a company can take for retaining those employees, and of course choice and getting into diversified business activities, where the models followed by Godrej models also were followed by people like Birla. Those people have provided the leadership to the model that have been followed by country. We model, or the V theories also have been talking about, or the theory K have been talking about the person who has the knowledge, skills, attitude, and the person who knows how to run business is providing the kind of leadership. And these leadership models have been followed by Indian management, and this is the reason why it is so important to study the Indian model of management. Indian model of management always have been democratic in nature. Indian model of management have been exemplary. Indian model of management used to use a lot of motivation. Indian model of management is providing some kind of support to the kind of long-term relationships. Indian model talks about the contributions and efficiency standards. Indian model also provides the kind of impetus to those who want to even encourage some kind of entrepreneurship among the workmen. Can give you example of Mr. Shantanu Kirloskar group of companies in Pune. Shantanu Kirloskar used to be of such kind of thinking that he used to tell those employees who want to start their own businesses, provide support to those people who want to start their businesses, and used to contract out certain activities used to be carried out by their companies. Now, this is how even the models have emerged in India. That now cooperation among the employer and employee, then you will see the motivation, you will see the kind of extended family kind of approach adopted by management. They started thinking about the employees working or the labor working with them to be their own family or extended family. Now this is what is the gist of the Indian model that had been followed. And Indian model had given a lot of socio-political thinking, and socio-political environment has got impact on the business model and the, the Indian models of management, because Indian models of management have started giving importance to workers' participation in management. Indian model of management also started giving importance to collective bargaining. Indian model also started giving preference to the specialization of the skill sets that have been possessed by the people. And putting those things together, those models which we have discussed in our sessions when we discussed, but I gave you a glimpse of those. Kautilya provided you the Arthashastra, the law of demand, law of supply, all those kind of things were dealt with by persons like Kautilya. And Kautilya is none other than Arya Chanakya. Veda model, I spoke about the vision and the efforts or the endurance the people have, the definite task and definite goals which the company or the organization has to and achieve those goals. For that, whatever efforts are required to be put in, integrated efforts. Those corporate Rishi model started to give importance to certain kind of people who established the group of companies and have provided leadership to Indian business. Now, giving all these things together, I have tried to give you a total summary of unit number 2. More detailed version, if you want, I will try and share notes. Those notes will be shared on to the WhatsApp group. Any questions, any doubts you can have, you can ask those questions. This video is being posted as unit number 2 video for IEPE. Please listen to this video carefully and try and visualize what I said during the lectures which I have conducted. Try and know those examples from those friends who have actually attended those sessions. Those who have not understood anything can always come back to me and ask questions related to. I can tell you those scriptures, like I told you, the Mahabharata and Ramayana had provided you a lot of inputs. The Indian business models or Indian models of management also had a lot of those you can say learnings that we have out of Mahabharata and Ramayana. I can tell you one example of one film called Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is the replica of what happened in Mahabharata. Even today, corporate world also see Karna, corporate world also see Arjun, corporate world also see Dronacharya and things like that. There will be replica, and the models have been followed over the years. And same about Ramayana also, where the commitment is given by son to his father, and that even that has been followed in Indian socio-political environment, and even that is also providing some kind of legacy to the kind of business models and the models of management that have been followed by the Indian businesses. Thank you.